What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Ethereum today. This one comes to us at the request of somebody. It might be multiple somebodies. I meant to make this video earlier, and I'm sorry that I didn't. Earlier, as in like a day or two ago. Whoever you were, we're doing this for you. I'm on the Bitcoin dominance chart because I actually wanted to start off by pointing this out. Bitcoin dominance is down. While most cryptos, if we're looking at it, if we go to the past 7 days here, there's a lot of cryptos that are in the red, substantially in the red. This is the top 200. You can go all the way down the list. It's only like the final 10 down here that are actually in the green. If we go to the top 100, there's only 2 really that are in the green. I guess 3, HBAR and Thorchain, but then Injunctive, whatever that is. I don't know. It could be a good coin just because I don't know what it is. Doesn't mean shit, right? But good volume. But most coins are in the red or at 0 at least, and then as we go down the list, most coins are below 10% in the red. And Bitcoin is no exception, actually. Let's see. What is Bitcoin at? Where are you, Bitcoin? Maybe it's not in the 10%. Maybe it's a little bit. Okay, it's in 11%, yeah. But anyways, the dominance has gone down, and the reason for that might be better understood if we look at the Ether Bitcoin pair, because Ethereum versus Bitcoin has actually been holding up quite well. It hasn't gone down. And if we look at the Ethereum price, overall, yes, it has had a drop. It's gone down with the rest of the market, but again, it is kind of holding up rather well. To be fair, with Ethereum, you do have a notable lower low. With Bitcoin, you have yet to do that. You've yet to do that, but it's possible that it's coming, and I would say that it is. If you guys have been in crypto long enough, you know that Ethereum likes to front run Bitcoin sometimes, and this might be one of those occasions where it is front running it to the downside. Ethereum, looking at the actual Ethereum chart now on the Ether USD pair, you can see that we have broken out of this little uptrend that we've been in since about, what was that, June of last year. We've, right here, I guess we haven't, have we? We haven't broken out of it technically. I don't know. It depends on how you want to skin this. It could be this that we broke out of. I don't know. Hard to say. But to a certain degree, maybe not. Maybe we haven't broken out of it. If we look on the daily here, it is looking like, yeah, actually, it looks like we did. Looks like we did, and we're back testing it as resistance. But that's okay. I'm not really too worried about that. I don't know how to draw this line, man. Actually, let's go back. Let's see. Yeah. From bottom here to maybe this bottom. Yeah, I like that. Maybe it should hug this a little bit more. Little fake out there. Yeah, that makes sense to me. It could, it's hard to say. If you want to be very literal and you want to catch the actual bottom here, which to me wouldn't make that much sense. You don't have as much respect. I feel like at the very minimum you'd want this line here, which, we do have some respect there. We haven't broken out of it, but this definitely hugs it a little bit more. I don't know. Hard to say. But one way or another, regardless, we've broken out of, even if we haven't broken out of that overall trend line, we have broken out of this higher low structure and even the higher high structure. We actually have a lower high and a lower low. It's kind of looking like we're in a downtrend at the moment, right? And that's okay. It doesn't mean, just because we're in a downtrend doesn't mean that it's bear market time, we're going back below $1,000. It could. It's possible. But I wouldn't interpret that. And actually, looking at this on the weekly format, let's see here. If we go from top to bottom here, you can see that we found resistance on the 0.5 of this range, halfway through this range. We found resistance on it once, twice, even like a third time here and a fourth time here. And not right on the line, sure, but close enough. Just like this wasn't right on the line, but I would say in this area nonetheless. The good news about this, even with these lower lows, the good news about finding resistance on this so many times is that the next time we go up to this level, I would expect that we break through it and likely go up to the 618, 69 area, if not further. If not, if we don't break through it, I doubt we're going to get a rejection like we have the last couple times. We'll probably hug it and then break through it. If not, just break straight through it, which I would more anticipate that we do break straight through it. But we could hug it for a little bit and then break up. I don't think we're going to get a rejection the next time we go up there, is what I'm trying to say. So that's the good news. That's the good news. The bad news is we might not be done with this down move. And if it's like most of crypto right now, I would kind of expect that we're not done with this down move. The RSI, at the moment, we do still have about 18, almost 19 hours left in this week. The RSI does look like it's broken below the 50. We have a nice downtrend in the RSI. We've even broken out of this uptrend in the RSI coming down. It's not necessarily a good thing. On the daily RSI, you are oversold. Generally, whenever you see something like this, you would come up and then you'd come lower, form a higher low in the RSI, and you would form a lower low in the price, and that would give you some kind of bullish divergence. It might not happen exactly like that. This could be the bottom right here. And just because we go lower in the price to form bearish or bullish divergence, we don't have to go lower than this low. We could just go lower on a closing basis, close down here, and then go up. It could be overall a higher low with this lower low in a closing basis and a higher low in the RSI, forming like a really bullish structure. All that being said, maybe we do go lower than this low. I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's see if we can kind of decipher that and figure that out. So from this bottom here to this top, we didn't quite reach the 1272. And I'm not going to lie, this is kind of a bullish look, you guys. Getting this close to a major fib extension like this, and it's like it got front ran, it got bought up on nice volume. You got a nice wick. Half of this whole move is a wick to the upside. Let's see what this. Yeah, man, that kind of looks good. It's like there's a lot of attention on this area. It couldn't even reach there because there was so much buying pressure that it bounced right back up. And you're above the 886 now. Instead of rejecting off of it, you've actually gone above. You've kind of been battling it. I really do like this, man. That might be the low for Ethereum. Where most cryptos, I think they've yet to find their low. That might be the low for Ethereum. And it kind of makes sense because it has held up better than most cryptos. Look at this on the 4-hour, man. You got some strong, I mean, it's weak right now, but a potentially strong setup in the RSI. If you were to come down lower than this on a closing basis, maybe you come down to about 1630. Maybe you go even lower than that, something like that. But you'd be in a good position to form some significant bullish divergence on the 4-hour. And that could take you up at least, about $100 higher from the current price. If not, if you can get above that 618, man, it might be go time again for Ethereum. Is that going to happen today or tomorrow? Maybe, maybe not. With this look on the 4-hour, I would expect that probably sometime in this coming week, which again, we're almost at the end of this week. We have 18 hours, 45 minutes left. Sometime in this coming week, I bet we do make a move back up, maybe even above the 618 to this previous area that we found support. We could inevitably go lower than this, but at the moment, you guys, in the short term, I kind of like the way Ethereum looks. Maybe in the very, very immediate term, it does go a little bit lower than this, but just a little bit, right? That's not, from the current price, I mean, even all the way down to that current low, that's 7%, so less than a 7% move, probably even less than a 4% move to the downside. If we really want to get it, let's just see here. Maybe if we take it on a 15-minute, let's see. From this low to this high here. Come on, you. There we go. I mean, you held the 382. You could go down to the 618, yeah. You could. And that would be at about 16 to, yeah, around 1600. You're only $67 away from that. So yeah, you could go down. And I think that would still be less than a 5% drop, right? That would be, yeah, not even a little bit over a 4% drop at the most. I don't know, that would make a little bit of sense to me. On a 1-hour time frame, your RSI is looking neutral, kind of strong, but I would say overall you probably do want to go down. You had a deep move down here, kind of rejected the overbought zone quickly, so I bet you do make another stride down into this oversold zone. So for the immediate term, I bet you do go down, but I'm kind of convinced that this might be the low for Ethereum. It might not be. To be completely fair, it might not be, because you are in this lower high, lower low structure. But regardless, I think that at the moment this is a low, if not the low, before you break this high. If it's not the low, it could be a low, and then you come up and you form another lower high somewhere around about like $1,900 to $2,000. Probably not quite at $2,000. If you get to 2,000, I bet you break this high. because again, that's around that 0.5 area on that original fib. So I would think that you would just go straight through it, or hug it and then go straight through it. But at the moment, again, immediate term, I think you probably go down, form some further bullish divergence on your 4-hour and on your daily, and then from there, you'll probably make a nice move up, if not a higher high than this, at least a lower high, which would probably, again, be anywhere from about 1900 to 1950, maybe even 1850, something like that, probably above this purple line. Let's see here. You are below the 50 on your long-term RSI, which isn't encouraging, but that's okay. Yeah, you've been below your 50 before and below the purple line and still came back up above, but I don't know. You definitely show some respect on it, a little bit of respect on it for sure. So hard to say. This might be a lower high scenario. We'll know more as we get over there. But at the moment, on the 4-hour, this is kind of looking like a bullish setup. I would say again that you probably go a little bit lower from here. With Ethereum dropping about 3% to 4%, I would bet most coins can drop another like 10% or more from their current price. But then, maybe we do have some kind of relief rally before pursuing lower prices, something like that. We are a very solid bit of time away from the Bitcoin halving, so there's plenty of time for this kind of stuff to develop. If we were to go lower than that low, where would we go? Again, let's see here. And I want to kind of reiterate, I was talking about this low, not going below this low in the beginning, and I think we could go below it, but just maybe not before we make a move up. That's I guess, if I had to rephrase what I was saying, because I feel like I kind of was not saying that in the beginning. Man, bouncing right off the 382 too. Whew, that's nice. That is kind of nice, actually. Not gonna lie. Hard to say, man. Get above this 0.69. Get above 2,000. If you can get above there, man, again, that's the overall like macro 0.5 from this all-time high to the current cycle's low. If you can get above that 0.5 line, it's go time. Even if you get near it, I would bet it's go time, man. And it might hug it for a second and then it's go time, but that would be a nice move. If not, if you can only get to like 1950, if you can't break 1940 really, then probably lower lows will come. And we'll probably see that sometime next week. We'll see some kind of move take us up there. Just from the look of this, that's my opinion at least. Prove me wrong on that and get some, let's see. Man, you didn't even close a day below this low. That's nice. Prove me wrong on that, and I don't know how I would go about validating that. Probably just get below this low, and you'll prove me wrong on that. Because you could close a day below this low, and in fact, I would even bank on that you're going to, but then you might turn around from there. So I wouldn't say that that's totally condemning. Probably the only way to prove me wrong that we're not going to break this low is just break that low, specifically actually break that low. Which is possible. It really could do that. We are in this lower high, lower low structure. Inevitably, I would at the moment expect that we do break the low, but first, I think we're going to set a lower high before forming a lower low than the current low right there. But it's all depending on Bitcoin, I guess, and the rest of the market. But it might not be, man. Ethereum, again, it's holding up well against Bitcoin, even with this lower low. It might be front-running Bitcoin. Maybe it made its lower low already. Bitcoin's yet to make its lower low. Again, you see this here, and then you go to the Ether BTC pair, and you can see that Ethereum has been holding up. It's actually gone up in the past couple days. So Bitcoin could drop, Ethereum could just chill, and then go up in value against this. This actually looks like a more bullish chart. You're showing strength in the RSI. On the weekly, kind of neutral, but you're in a downtrend, sure, but you look like you could, come up at least a little bit here. So yeah, I feel like that fits in with everything that we've been saying so far. Man, this is weird. This is really, I don't really like this on a weekly perspective. This kind of looks like it wants to roll over and go lower than this. That's a little bit concerning, but hey, what do I know, man? Looking at this thing from a low here and drawing a trend line on it, you've kind of broken out of this like ascending structure that you have. Yeah, man. Not a good look, really. It's not a good look, actually, at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe in the short term Ethereum goes up, sure, versus Bitcoin, but overall this is kind of scary looking. You want to start getting some higher highs. You want to break out of this lower high range if you want to prove that wrong, man. That's really what you need to do. I wasn't trying to talk about Ethereum versus Bitcoin too much, but it's kind of interesting. I'm not going to lie. You're at an area where you've been rejecting before. Maybe you do go down on a daily. Maybe you do actually lose some value versus Bitcoin. That wouldn't be good, man. If you lost some value versus Bitcoin, because Bitcoin I don't think has bottomed yet. I think it, or found its low yet. I think that it does go a little bit lower, which would mean that Ethereum would actually lose more than Bitcoin, which would throw out the idea of forming a lower high before taking out this low. We actually might take that low out. I don't know. Really hard to say, man. Looking at the Ethereum US dollar chart, I would at the moment, I'm going to just like kind of close it off with this before I become too confusing. I would at the moment believe that we are on our way up in the more immediate terms. Probably going to find a lower high around anywhere from about $1,800 to $1,950, something like that. And then from there, pursue prices lower than this low even. I don't know or believe that we'll take this low out. We could. If we were to take this low out, we'd look for support probably around 1,300, 1,250, something like that. Maybe even lower, maybe even lower than that, but who knows. No volume, huh? No volume at all. A little bit, okay, a little bit there. That's a little bit more encouraging. And that looks like a pretty... I do bet this low gets taken out at some point. Maybe you move up higher at first, but then... Yeah, because this does look like an overall bullish structure. Same stuff that I've just been saying, man. We probably come down, form a higher low here, get a lower low on a closing basis here, but don't go below that wick. And then we'll make a move up probably around this purple line, which is at, yeah, it's like 1820, 1830 right now. We could even go above it, be below the 50 on the long-term RSI, and that would promote a good selling area, and then pursue prices lower. That's my genuine opinion. I'm sticking with it. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. I don't think that Ethereum going down bodes well for altcoins. I think there's a lot of people, myself included, who have bought into altcoins recently. We're probably going to see a bull trap or like a fake move to the upside, or like a false kind of move, or a maybe a second chance for people to sell and get out. I might let some coins go on that move. We'll see. We'll see how things look. At the moment, I'm kind of indifferent. I don't know if I want to sell my coins, if I want to hold them. I just got a hold of them, but I might sell some. We'll see. I will let you guys know. I will, if you want to join the Discord, I will let you guys know the moment that I do it. Yeah, I might not be able to make a video on it. I might do it during a live stream. I might not. I probably won't. The odds of that are that I will probably do it when I'm not making a video, and I'll just post it in the Discord that I've done it. So if you guys want to join the Discord, I will leave a link in the description below. You can click on that and join it. It's called the Wheelhouse, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of good people in there. Feel free to join. Anyways, take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.